Has AI finally reached the point where we can use it in everyday engineering? We're seeing it in aircraft manufacture, biomedical design, and even in architecture. But what about for the everyday creator like you and I? Over the weekend that's just gone at the time of filming this, I've heard that ChatGPT-5 has just dropped and it's looking pretty awesome. So what I'm actually going to do is ask ChatGPT to design a few random things for various locations in the house, starting from scratch and without me actually giving it the final output. It's going to work something like this. I'm going to tell ChatGPT the area of the house and tell it to take me through step by step in Fusion 360 what to do. Now, I'm not going to get ChatGPT to tell me exactly what it is making until I 3D print it, and then I have to guess what it made. Now, I'm hoping the things that it makes for me are actually going to be functional to my place and not turn my house into an art gallery that you walk into and you have no idea what the art actually stands for. Alright, so we are now in ChatGPT, and the first thing to do is think up a prompt. But let's just start by actually telling it what it's doing for us right now. So, let's start with, hi ChatGPT. Right now, you are featuring in an engineering dad's video. Alright, so from this dummy prompt that I gave it, this is the first set of steps it gives me. So I'm going to flash all these up on the screen so you can pause to have a look at any of them, and then I'm going to show the sequence of how it was built in Fusion 360. For the remaining print, I'll actually do a live view. Guys, I'm not gonna lie, I've got no idea what this thing is. Yeah, let's just go print it out and then we'll guess at the end with ChatGPT. I want to know what the actual thing is. Like this thing right now that I'm showing on the screen that I've just printed out. What is it? It's something that cradles but doesn't display, feeds but doesn't store, and will make one particular office essential feel right at home. You want to lock in another guess before I spill the beans. Why is it giving me a riddle? I don't want a riddle. Like, just give me a normal hint. It's something that cradles but doesn't display. Is this supposed to be food related? Nah, not food related. Office gadgetry. Something you probably keep plugged in. I'm just gonna say, bruh, I got no idea. Oh, it's a smartwatch charging dock. Oh, I see it now. So this is the office print, and it's supposedly supposed to be some sort of a watch charger where the cable goes under this little groove here, or this semicircle, and then suppose these small holes can either be for rubber feet to keep it secure to the desk, or perhaps to mount it on something. Now, I have a smartwatch, but I don't have the charger because I never wear it. So we're in a bit of a dilemma here. I'm a boring person. I don't wear smartwatches as much as I used to, if not at all. But anyway, let's get the smartwatch and let's see how well this fares as a charger or a charging holder thingy. So I suppose this just goes wherever I want. Let's say we've got some sort of a charging cable here. If I actually had a proper charging cable, it would just root in underneath the little semicircle, and then we could put this down while we're working. Then this would get plugged in somewhere, and then the idea is we grab our little watch and then we'd put it over the top like such. There goes my watch. It's supposed to be a magnet there. Now, having a look at that, I do see the benefits of like the mounting holes, because this would work better, say if I had like an electronics cable rack here, or something where I'm putting all my electronics, where I could just mount this, say, to the side and then just put my watch there when I'm not using it or where it needs to be charged. Now, I'm not gonna lie, but with how much ChatGPT-5 has been in the hype, I was kind of expecting a little bit better. So this one, I'd probably give, say, a 2 out of 10. And if I was to do any modifications, perhaps I would put like some slots in here so I could actually put the watch band around and keep it secure. And I'd probably make it, I guess, a little bit bigger so I could put some other things on here. So maybe I'd charge my watch, I could charge my phone, and a few other electronic devices. But I think that's it for the office. Now let's move on to the next category. Alrighty, so step one is, this one's for the kitchen. On the top plane, draw a rectangle measuring 160 millimeters by 80 millimeters. All right, cool. Let's go next step. Extrude that rectangle upwards by 20 millimeters. On the top face, create a new sketch. So new sketch on the top face. Cool. Next, downwards by 15 millimeters. Why is this like already looking super similar to the last one that we built? On the longer sides of the tray, create a sketch on the inner wall of the recess. Draw a semicircle with a radius of 12 millimeters. Extrude the semicircle outwards through the wall. cool. On the opposite side of the long tray, create another sketch. This time draw a slot. Ooh, what do we make it here? Comment down below if you have any idea. What? This looks funny. I almost think this is going to be like a slot for some sort of a kitchen tool, or like, I don't know. On the bottom face, create a new sketch. Draw 4 circles, 6. It's a very similar sort of theme to the last one, like drawing a box, making a recess. It's giving me 2 steps in one. Okay, thanks ChatGPT. Extrude 6mm upward through the base. Of course, it's going to make some feet. Add a 2mm fillet to the outer edges and a 1mm fillet. Again, no idea, guys, but let's go print it out and see what we can do with it, and then ask ChatGPT if we got it right. I literally guessed it right. It's a kitchen sponge and scrubber holder tray. The tray, recess, holds your sponge, scrubber, or brush. Now, supposedly this is meant to be some sort of a soap holder that has a drain hole through it, so I can put my soap here and also put some sort of a handle here as well, according to ChatGPT. So let's get out of my office and let me take you to the kitchen. Okay, so the idea is here I have my soap holder, I have my thing of soap. Is this even gonna fit in here? I mean, I've got to like shove it in, but sure. I mean, like, cool, but also not needed. Let's test the drain function. Oh, that's actually pretty cool. Look at that. Well, I mean, the soap and water still gets stuck in here, but I suppose just tip it over, I guess. I suppose we'd have it like that normally, and then just keep it next to the kitchen. Scrub some dishes, put it back, and then attempt to drain. This is actually not that wet. That's why it's not draining much. Let's do a proof of concept here. Nice, nice. And then there was like a dual function with this where I could actually put some sort of a handle here, but I don't use anything with a handle when I'm cleaning or using soap. But let's assume for a sec we did have like a soap handle and it was just this little thing here. We could just always use this as like a holder instead. Is this even gonna fit? Oh, we're gonna get it the wrong way around. Like that, and then this could just be like chilling on the kitchen counter. I don't like that function as much. I think I like the holder function a lot better that ChatGPT did. That's pretty cool. Look, I'll be honest, I feel like you either make it for the handle or you make it for the drain, because having a hole on both sides now defeats the purpose, because when I drain this out, it's gonna drain through both holes. One's gonna go in the sink and one's gonna go on the actual bench. So, yeah, not sure about that ChatGPT. I think you tried a bit too hard. But I'm gonna leave this in the kitchen and we'll see how this goes. I'll probably throw it out in 3 days when I realize it actually sucks. Or maybe I'll realize it's actually really good. Who knows? Alrighty then, guys, let's go into, I am ready for a bedroom themed print. All right, into Fusion 360 again. All right, step number 1, it wants me to, on the top plane, draw a rectangle measuring 90 by 90. Well, that's a square, brother. That's a square, not a rectangle. Next step. I swear if this gets me to do a recess thing again, this is just gonna be so annoying. Okay, extrude by 25mm. It looks like the theme of this is similar. Next step. On the top face of the block, create a new sketch. Draw a circle with a diameter of 60mm. Okay, at least it's not getting us to do a rectangular recess, so it's not copying the last 2 that much yet. Anyway, I'm just guessing for now. All right, 60mm. Next step, please. Extrude it down by 20mm. Next step, please. On one side of the block, create a new sketch. Draw a slot, rounded rectangle measuring 30mm wide and 12mm tall. Set it horizontally with its bottom edge aligned to the floor of the cylindrical recess inside. Alright, next step, extrude the slot inwards until it connects with the cylindrical recess. Oh, I think I know what it's making. I think I might know what it's making, but I'm not going to actually guess yet. But you guys can guess down in the comments. You know the go by now. Next step. I've noticed it's doing it in like between 8 to 10 or 8 to 11 steps, which is probably good. Like, you don't want this stuff to be too complicated for an AI doing it for you. Oh, surprise, surprise. On the bottom face, draw 4 circles because it's going to get us to mount or bolt it to something. Fair enough. I'm not actually mad about that. I don't know why it even seemed like I was mad about that. Alright, next step. Alright, we're obviously going to extrude them up. I could never have seen that coming. Alright, oh, it actually gave me the last one. Extrude those up. Oh, 3mm fillet. And as it's instructed me, go print. Okay, so as with most of this stuff, I have no idea, guys. So I'm just going to ask it, does it have anything to do with charging? Oh, I got it first go. It's a bedside charging dock. The cylindrical recess is where your smart speaker, phone, or even candle-sized wireless charger can sit. So now we have print number 3, and this one looks a little bit interesting and in some respects similar to the first, in a sense that we've got a cable running through some sort of a slot, or in this case a hole, and then a bit of a groove at the top to be able to put our electronics. Now, I'm not really sure about the small circle that we're seeing here, because I feel like, yeah, if it was a little bit bigger, we could put like a Google Home, Alexa, or some sort of smart home device, and like the first one, have quite a few other gadgets we can put there. But I feel like ChatGPT has not given us much to work with here. So look, let's just go and test it out. We'll put it on our bedside table, because this was the bedroom print, and we'll try and put a device there and see if it actually does anything functional or useful for us. We've got our charger here, so hole should be on the back, and let's feed this through the hole as it suggests. These are meant to be for some like rubber feet, which I'm not even going to bother putting on because I don't know if it's going to be permanent. All right, let's plug our phone in and let's see if this actually serves any benefit. Doesn't look like it does. What can I do with this? What can I actually, like, it's actually going to damage if anything. This is terrible. This actually sucks. There's like nothing to be done here. This is like if this was wide enough and it was like phone shaped, yeah, I could make this into like some sort of a fancy phone stand. Well, I mean, look, I've got an Alexa device here and the bottom of it is an oval, like, so that's not even gonna fit in here. So look, I suppose, yeah, we could place this on here and then we could make this wider and put like other things here and turn it into like a smart home stand with maybe a wireless charging port. So in that respect, print 1 and print 3 could have been combined with each other, but no, ChatGPT has to go and be all not fancy. I'm overall not too impressed by this one, and I think I would have to give it, I'm gonna say a 2 out of 10. Look, I'm all for printing things where you can make your electronics more handy, but I was kind of disappointed that, you know, the first thing was pertaining to something where you could charge a device, and on our third category, this is something else to charge an electronic device. Like, come on, I can think of so many things off the top of my head that would be good for your bedroom. You know, be it a 3D printed pot plant holder, a 3D printed TV remote holder that you can mount to your bed. Perhaps you could 3D print some hooks to be able to put your sunglasses on and any other clothing accessory, or even a watch rack. Like, it's just, the opportunities are endless. Like, we can get away from electronics, guys. Anyway, that one sucked. Let's move on to the fourth one. All right, so design numero 4. We're gonna go, I want to now print something for my living room. I'll steer away from direct TV stuff unless I decide to sneak a twist in later. All right, well, here's step number 1. All right, on the top plane, draw a rectangle measuring 150 by 70. Okay, next. Extrude upwards by 18 millimeters. Let me guess, we're gonna allow like a recess into this thing after extruding it? Surprise, surprise. Next step, on the top face, draw a center rectangle. Yeah, I would have guessed this. Like, why is this guy obsessed with recessing things? Like, why?
You'll get a recess. You'll get a recess. You'll get a recess.
130 by 50. In a rectangle downwards by 10 millimeters. Ah, surprise, surprise. Next step. On one of the shorter sides, the 70 millimeter side on the recess, create a sketch. Draw a slot, rounded rectangle, 20 by 10, centered horizontally with the bottom of the slot aligned to the recess floor. Next step, slot through the wall. Could have guessed that would have been the case. As always, guys, drop your comments below on what you think we could be making now. Next feature, please. On the front outer face of the block alongside, create a new sketch. Draw 3 evenly spaced circles. Ooh, this is interesting. This is interesting. Okay, okay. Each 18 millimeters in diameter. Guys, I'm actually like excited, low key. So let's go next step. Extrude these inwards. Okay, let's do that then. Next step. Add a 2 mil. Oh, okay. It's like, it wants to be fancy. I can understand. When you're version 5 of ChatGPT, I'd want to be fancy too. And I want to fill out everything. I don't even fill out my own prints half the time. Chat, let us know what you think this is, because I got no idea. Alright, let's go back into ChatGPT now and just say, like, you know, the honest and harsh truth. And the honest and harsh truth is going to be, this looks ridiculous. Please just drop me a hint. It's a place where 3 things get their own little thrones. A central space keeps the mess in check. And the side opening is the escape route for something that powers them. What? Oh, this is like a... Has this got anything to do with a power board? I hope not. Oh, it's thinking. Someone play some elevator music while I wait, please. Oh, you've pretty much got it. It's a... No, I didn't pretty much get it. A power board has nothing to do with a living room charger and organizer tray. The recessed area is for holding your device. The side slot is for routing the cable. Okay, maybe that's from the power board, sure. Smaller items you always lose, like remotes, dongles, spare batteries, or even mini smart speakers. That's just like horrible. That does nothing. Like, I'm regretting actually printing this one out, to be honest. Like, that's just a joke.
Now, I think my slight understanding might be like, okay, you get like a cable going through, and then perhaps, like, I suppose you can feed a cable through, it can go into a hole, and then I could get a TV remote and just like plug it in, and then it stays like at the end, and then it would like sit on some surface where you could just like, you know, come over and yank it off. But why? Like, I don't understand. It's just, again, like the last one, there's so many better things that could have come up.
Just, yeah, like that was useless. That's a legitimate 0 out of 10. So anyway, okay, thanks. Lucky last category. Now, here's something fun for you. I don't want to print for a place in my house. However, a living being in the house, my new puppy. Say hi, Milo.
Milo, shake. Other paw. Good boy. Good boy.
Meet Milo, a 3-month-old furball who has more energy than a kid after a cup of red frogs. Now, I've been very excited to put my 3D printer to good use and make something for little Milo. Milo, count to 2.
Good boy. Good boy.
And I thought it would be the perfect opportunity to get him to feature in an Engineering Dads video, as well as getting ChatGPT-5 to help us make something for him. Okay, cool. We're starting with a circle here, guys. We're going to start with a circle of 160 mils and extrude that up by 40. I wonder if it's going to recess anything this time. Alright, next step. On the top face of the cylinder, create a new sketch. So it's going to recess, but it's going to be a circle in a circle this time. At least that's more creative than the last few builds. Extrude down by 35. Surprise, surprise, we're recessing. And I'm probably going to go nuts from repeating that word many times. Next feature, please. On the side wall of the cylinder, create a sketch. Draw a rounded slot, 40 by 25 tall. Extrude it inwards. Well, see how silly this is going to be? I mean, not really. It actually works. Let's just do it like that. Next feature. On the bottom face of the cylinder, create a new sketch. Draw a circle with a diameter of 90 millimeters centered. Inside that, draw 6 evenly spaced smaller circles, each with 15 arranged in a circle in it. Next. This looks kind of cool. So we know it's a treat dispenser. No point that it's a surprise, but the fun part is we're getting ChatGPT to do it for us, okay? So, how is this more interactive? Like how, anyway, I might just give it to my dog and see what it does. I'm just gonna say to ChatGPT, like, explain the functionality here for me. You fill the big recessed top area with treats or kibble. The 6 holes on the bottom connect to an inner chamber, so treats can fall through randomly. The slide slot is where treats eventually exit, but only if your puppy nudges, rolls, or tips the toy around enough. The large round shape means it'll wobble and spin, making the treats come out unpredictably. Okay, cool. I guess, like, yeah, we'll go print that out, and then let's test that out with my dog.
Okay, now this one looks a lot more fun and interesting to use. And I'm gonna say the reason for that is because I actually added my own twist to it. No, as in I literally added like a twist to it. What we've just 3D printed is a little game for my puppy where what we do is we put the treats in these individual holes. Then what I'm gonna do is twist the top of this like I just showed. And then what little Milo can do is spin this thing around on the ground so the treats go flying around up until they exit through this point here, and he rewards himself. Now, there's two reasons I did my own modifications to this. One, because simply I wanted to make something cool for my dog. And two, I wanted to experiment with how ChatGPT or any AI can work with the human to actually make something that's functional and something that's worthwhile printing. And I reckon that's exactly what we've done. So let's go and test it out, shall we, buddy? Come here. Yeah. Oh, he's going for his bowl. Here, Marlo, come here. What's this? Go get the treats. Yeah. Yeah.
He knocks it.
There's a treat. Yeah. There it is. There it is. Okay, Marlo, I'll take the lid off now. Try and get up from the top. Go, get the treats. He doesn't know if he wants to play with it or not. Oh, here he goes. Go, Marlo. Go, get the treat. Oh, he's just gonna eat it straight from the top. Yeah, I'll loosen it up for you a bit.
Thank you. Wait.
Go, Marlo, get them. Get them. Hey, he got one from the top. And now he's taking it back to his little spot. So it's kind of acts like a double thing where he can play with it to get treats out, or he can use the holes like a puzzle to try and pull his treats out. What do we think, buddy? What do we think? He's obsessed with it now. Now he's tipped it. I should put the lid back on. Here, did you get all of them? Oh, there's still some in there. Yeah, let's put the lid on. And let's see if you now know to tip it over to get the treats out. Oh, he's gonna try and spin it. Go, Milo, spin it. Wait, he's gonna try to flip by flipping his bed. So, Mr. Milo, if you rate this device, can you bark once for us? I guess that means he likes it. Good boy. Okay, you're not a good boy now. Now let's go to my rating. If we were going to go with the initial thing that ChatGPT-5 instructed us to build, we'd probably end up with a 5 or 6 out of 10. And the reason being is, one, the holes were simply too small, so it wouldn't actually pocket the treats that well. And two, it was just open top, meaning that Milo literally just could have eaten the treat straight from it, and it wouldn't be much of a game. It'd more just be like a slow feeder, which I did show there could be a functionality for that. But now I'm actually happy that it can do that and also be a bit of a game at the same time. So I think that would bump the rating up to about an 8. If I was to do another update of this, I'd make it probably much more lighter and the hole is just that little bit more shallow. And that way it would be much easier for Milo to spin and more treats would come out often. So now the question remains, what do I think overall of using ChatGPT-5 to assist us with 3D printing? Well, I'm not going to lie, I don't think AI is quite there yet, at least not like the general large language models that we're using today. I did, however, appreciate the attempts that ChatGPT did to try and get creative and do a few different things that I might not have thought of off the bat, but nothing was really out of this world or surprising or very functional unless I added my own flavor to it. Now, I don't actually have a baseline to compare this to when it comes to doing step-by-step 3D modeling with AI, so I don't actually know how much better GPT-5 performs compared to its predecessors. But what I can say is I definitely did see a lot of opportunity there. For example, with that 5th print, by adding a few of my own little tweaks to what GPT instructed me to, I was able to print something out that I've now found very useful for my puppy. It's obviously made him very happy and entertained, while it's made me satisfied because now he goes to bed happier and with less crying for a 16-week-old puppy. The other thing I disliked about using the ChatGPT model is that it kind of got very repetitive. As we saw, it kept getting me to do indents and grooves and doing fillets at the end. And yeah, these steps are kind of cool, but I was honestly hoping it might take some tangents. So
One of the other things I thought we could do to improve this is work on the prompt engineering. Now, I have done a different video on how to use AI for prompt engineering using the OpenAI Playground, so I suggest you check that out. But I believe if we build a specific prompt with ChatGPT-5 that's based around doing different sorts of models for different sorts of categories, and to think outside the square where possible in the instruction set, we might actually be able to get something that we can appreciate. Alrighty, I think it's time to wrap it up for today, and that was just a bit of a simple one to distract me from a much more challenging project I'm working on at the moment that you will see hopefully in the coming months. Bit of a sneak peek here if that gives anything away. But until then, please be sure to hit that subscribe and notifications button so you can stay up to date with where our projects and other work is at, and we'll see you in the next one.